Imagine being only 16 years old, crowned as queen for just 9 days, and then standing at the scaffold, awaiting your execution. This was the tragic fate of Lady Jane Grey, known as the 9 Days Queen. But here's the shocking question history rarely asks. Did she actually feel pain in those final moments? It was February 12th, 1554. The air in the Tower of London was cold, heavy, and tense. Jane, dressed in black, was led to the scaffold. She wasn't just any teenager. She was a political pawn, caught in the deadly struggle for England's throne. Mary Tudor had taken power, and Jane's short reign ended in betrayal. Jane was the great-granddaughter of Henry VII, which made her cousin to King Edward VI, Mary I, and Elizabeth I. So yes, royal blood ran through her veins. But here's the thing. She was never supposed to be queen. She wasn't next in line, and she certainly didn't seek the crown herself. But when King Edward VI fell ill, Protestant nobles used Jane to block his Catholic sister Mary from becoming queen. Though Jane protested, she was proclaimed queen in July 1553. The people, however, overwhelmingly supported Mary, Henry VIII's daughter, and within just 9 days, Jane was deposed and imprisoned in the Tower of London. Executions in the 16th century were not always quick or merciful. The axe could be sharp or it could be dull. Some victims suffered multiple strikes before death. Now, imagine the terror of not knowing if your end would be swift. Jane was blindfolded, unable to see the block. She reached out, searching desperately with her hands. In a trembling voice, she cried, "What shall I do? Where is it?" That moment, recorded by eyewitnesses, shows us just how human and terrified she was. The executioner, having already asked her forgiveness, raised the axe high. In one swift stroke, he brought the blade down, severing her head. The executioner then lifted her head by the hair, as was customary, to show that the sentence had been carried out. Here's where it gets chilling. Many ask, did Lady Jane Grey feel pain when the axe fell? Medical historians suggest that if the executioner was skilled and struck cleanly, death would have been almost instantaneous. The brain would lose consciousness in less than a second. But if the axe missed its mark, even slightly, there could have been agony. At most, a head might retain a flicker of awareness for 2 to 3 seconds after beheading. After that, without oxygen and blood flow, the brain shuts down rapidly. So, did Lady Jane Grey suffer in her final moments? Most likely not, but history can't give us a definite answer. But what we do know is that behind the crown and the politics was a frightened young girl whose life was stolen far too soon. What makes her story so tragic isn't just the politics. She wasn't a power-hungry ruler. She wasn't scheming for a crown. She was a girl of 16, forced into a deadly game of thrones she never asked to play. And in the end, she paid with her life.